Welcome back to our Employer Highlight Series. I'm Joe Rollins with the Northwest Arkansas Council, and today we're talking about data science, computer science, emerging tech needs across Northwest Arkansas, and I've got some guests to help me do that. So today I have GB Cazes, and I also have Dr. EmmaLe Davis. Thank you both for joining the conversation. Help us talk about data science in Northwest Arkansas, GB.
Well, data science is a growing field. We meet with employers every day. The demand is growing for data science talent. So happy to have Dr. Davis with us today to talk a little bit about the program. We always like to start out with, what is data science to you?
Sure. So to me, data science is something that is very valuable to, students to learn, to be able to go out and to be employable with whoever they want to get their jobs with. But something to me that is really important with data science is often overlooked is the idea of being able to communicate with data in a way that seems like you're not really actually talking about data. I have the honor of teaching the data visualization and communications class in our data science program, which is really fun because it helps our students be able to tell a story with our data, which I think is something that makes them extra employable and extra marketable in the program.
Dovetailing from that is, so who is a data scientist?
Oh gosh, that's a pretty hard question to answer because it really kind of depends on what you are interested in, focusing on, right? But also really important to consider what the needs of the employer would be, because a data science is kind of someone who has multiple different facets and ways to be able to be useful to the person, depending on what the needs are. I think they're really kind of a chameleon, could be something that you would think of, depending on what the needs are. A lot of people think of data scientists as someone who's a programmer or someone who just does data analysts or, builds models or different machine learning things. But really, they can be all types of things and can really, if you get a good data scientist, can be the kind of go-between between your technical people and your not so technical people.
We've met some of your students, fantastic, amazing students, great job offers already on the table and employed, right? Great internships. What makes your program so special at U of A?
I think our program is special at the U of A because of how well-rounded it is. Not only are our students getting the technical skills to be strong data scientists and to be able to go out and get those job offers and to do the things that they need to do, but they're also able to apply it in a myriad of different ways. We have a lot of students working with different sports teams on campus that give them that experience with a client in a way that's kind of fun, right? That is sports-oriented and something they might be interested in. But we also walk them through different projects with other clients and employers to help them kind of get the understanding of, what actually is needed in the real world and not just a classroom like lab experience.
So soft skill development, tech skill development,
Absolutely.
Communications, all those things you're getting at the U of A's program. So if you're a middle school student, high school student, trying to figure out what you want to do when you grow up, what advice would you have them? Give them?
Oh my gosh. I would say data science is definitely something to look into because it can be really whatever you want it to be. Obviously, there are some skills that have to be learned and some technical aspects of it, but there are certainly a myriad of things that you can apply it to. I came from wanting to be a meteorologist, right, and wanting to do green screen news and all of that, and being really fascinated by the scientific part of it. And that's nowhere near what I'm doing now, but it is something that, don't limit yourself and to be open to data science. It's something that seems to be ever emerging, and it might be something where you could really find a home in a professional career.
I want to kind of drive home the point of the storytelling piece because whenever we hear data science, it's not always the communication piece or the storytelling piece that comes to mind. I think that's a really key element to what we're talking about. If I'm a student in high school, maybe I have some entry-level technology skills and I want to grow those. Talk to me about being able to communicate that data to an audience, because I think that's extremely important.
Sure. Something I found in my career doing data analytics for the university is that there are a lot of people who are kind of data averse, right? And whenever you start getting too technical on them, they kind of glaze over and aren't really able to catch what you're having to say. And so that's the important piece when it comes to storytelling with our data, is to be able to take someone who may be data averse and to help them feel feel in control of their data, to have some ownership of their data, and to be able to really help them, sort of unlock achievements that they never could otherwise. Because it is something that, if you're scared of your data, you aren't going to want to dig into it as much. And being able to communicate with it well, to still tell stories well, you sort of demystify it in a way that is really powerful and can be really valuable.
Data is driving the decisions that we're making, regardless of the industry that we're referring to. Ever increasing need for data science, data scientists, advanced skill sets in technology. If students want to learn more about the data science program at the university, how can they do that?
Sure. Well, they can, go to our website and see what we have to offer. There's several different concentrations that we have, or I would say come visit us. We're in Champions Hall on the 3rd floor, and you can meet with any of our program coordinators, program faculty, as well as some of the faculty that are just out around the university. We'd love to see you.
Dr. Davis, thank you for joining us for the conversation. GB, thank you. For all of Northwest Arkansas's career needs, we always encourage you to take a look at CareersNWA.com for all of our postings. Thank you for joining us for this conversation. We look forward to the next one.